bobdaves with That Makes Sense. That's my weekly video blog. This week I'm kind of unscripted. There has been a lot going on. But first I want to talk about the folks in Houston, Texas. My wife has a cousin who lives down in the Houston area, and our thoughts and prayers are with them and all the people in the Houston area. I mean, 50 inches of rain. Good Lord, that's a lot of rain. I don't care who you are. And guess what? It's a natural disaster. Okay? It's been going on for thousands of years. Natural disasters. So I'm not blaming it on anybody. It's just, one of those situations. You guys were dealt a bad hand. We'll figure it out. We'll get the solution. We'll help you guys rebuild. But see, that's part of the problem right now in this country. We want to blame. Something happens. We want to blame somebody. We want to blame something for it. The most popular person right now to blame is the president. He's just a man. He's been in office for, 8, 9 months now. Everything can't have been his fault in that short a period of time. He inherited a lot of stuff. I'm sitting around watching TV and watching on social media, and everybody's saying, "Oh, poor Colin Kaepernick. He took a knee. Now nobody will hire him." Maybe it's because he's not that great of a football player. I watched him when he played with the 49ers. I watched his last year in the NFL. He opted out of his contract to see if he could get a better deal. Nobody wants to hire him. He's not that great of a talent. And I'm not saying that. I mean, I'm a football fan, and I've seen great quarterbacks, and I've seen bad quarterbacks, and he's kind of somewhere in the middle. But here's the deal. Keep politics out of sports. What people pay to go watch a football game, not political protests by football players. The thing about it is this country's got enough problems. Right now we've got more people that are getting benefits from the government than people that are working to pay for those benefits. We've got problems with our health care. The Republicans said, give us the House, give us the Senate, and we'll straighten this mess out because people can't afford to pay their premiums. People can't afford these high deductible plans. I know people that have $14,000 deductibles. People can't afford that. We've got to get some kind of sense and control of it. I can get them some control right quick. Put tort reform in healthcare where you can't sue the doctor for every little thing. Now, if the doctor makes a major mistake, granted, take them to the cleaners. But just these little nitpicky lawsuits, that drives up the cost of healthcare. Because doctors have to practice defensive medicine. They have to run tests to cover their backsides. And the thing about it is, we're $20 trillion in debt. $20 trillion in debt. We got to figure out how to pay for it. I'm not going to pay for it. You know why? Because I ain't got that long left. But my children and great-grandchildren, my grandchildren and great-grandchildren are the ones that are going to have to figure out how to pay for it. Okay, so we've got the free ride money thing's over. We've got to cut some stuff, and it's not going to be popular what we cut. See, the federal government was only designed to do two things when our country was founded: defend the country and regulate interstate commerce. Check your history books. That's it. All this other stuff, it's because the states didn't want to deal with it. Send all that crap back to the states and let each individual state deal with it. If you live in a liberal state and you want to give free stuff to everybody, you in New York and California and everywhere else, y'all pay for it. Me in North Carolina and Florida, we don't want to pay for your stuff. Okay? And the thing about it is, we've got to start getting along. The mess that was in Charlottesville, a young lady lost her life because of stupidity. Y'all wanted to protest something. That's right. Our country, you're free to protest anything you want. Okay? We have free speech, right of assembly, all that stuff in the Bill of Rights. Okay? But you don't have the right to take a person's life. It's like that idiot the other day that pulled out a gun and was shooting at people. Idiot. Stupidity causes stuff like that. We've got to all get along. I have friends I have a diverse group of friends. And the thing about it is, I love them all. I judge them by the content of their character, not their skin color, not their ethnicity. I don't give a crap. They could be purple. I judge people by the content of their character. And I use the golden rule. I treat them like I want to be treated. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Okay? If you treat people with respect, if you treat people with dignity, guess what? Chances are they'll treat you the same way. See, I love everybody. I don't care who you are, what you are. I'm going to treat you like you treat me. If everybody in this country did that, treat others like you want to be treated. If you want to be treated with respect, if you want to be treated with dignity, if you want to treat people with love, then that's what you should get back. Now, is everybody going to do that? No. But the thing about it is, we got to stop this crap. I'm tired of it. I don't even want to turn on the TV anymore. And I don't watch a lot of television. Most I do now is I'll watch some baseball. Baseball, kind of just pass the time. And I watch shows that have no political leanings or purpose. I've quit watching mainstream sitcoms and shows because it's all got a political message to it. I'm tired of it. I want to watch a comedy show to laugh and be funny, not to make a joke about the president or whatever. And, they've been making jokes about the president for hundreds of years. But enough's enough. We've got to stop this mess, or it will destroy this country. And there's people out there that would like to see this country destroyed because we are the greatest country in the world. Now, when I'm saying that, it's not that we don't have problems. There's no other country like the United States of America. We let people come in immigration. People are saying, oh, we just ought to open the borders. That's stupid. We can't even hardly take care of our own, and you're wanting to invite everybody in the world across the border. That would destroy us economically. See, people don't think about that. People don't think about, oh, well, we'll just open the border. It's a great social, liberating idea. It ain't practical. People want to come into this country, great. If you could support yourself, take care of yourself, or if you're, oppressed, there's people over there that are dying. There's people, around the world that, need political asylum. There's special situations. But just willy-nilly open the border? No, folks. We can't do it. That's the thing. They have these great, grandiose ideas that, oh, we'll just open the border, let everybody in. Can't do it, folks. Our infrastructure can't support it. So we've got to have some kind of orderly way to let people into this country. That's what immigration laws are all about. Fair, unfair, I don't know. I know this, you just can't open the border and let everybody in. And our healthcare situation, yeah, we got to fix that mess. We've got to fix that mess. People can't afford their premiums. They can't afford the deductibles. But one payer solution, let the government control your healthcare, that is a stupid idea. If you don't believe that's a stupid idea, go look and see how military healthcare is run, both in the military and in the VA. If you want to wait a long time to see doctors, they say, oh, that'll never happen down there. Ask a veteran about his health care if he is getting health care from the VA. How wonderful it is. We appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. I'm a veteran. I get VA health care. But here's the thing. My expectation is much lower than when I go to a private doctor. With the VA, I know I'm going to have to wait to get in to see the doctor. I know I'm going to have to wait a couple of weeks to get in to have a test done. And I know if I use my private health insurance, I can get most everything fairly quickly. But the thing about it is, if you want universal health care, if you want single payer health care, you don't understand everything. It's like, I believe it was Ronald Reagan said, a government that's big enough to give you everything is big enough to take everything away. Do you want to decide when you're 70 years old, do you want the government deciding whether you'll get your cancer treatment or not? Think about how compassionate, Social Security and the IRS and everything else that the government runs. There's never been anything that the government ran that they did a good job on. Nothing. Everything that the government touches ends up being a mess because you've got too many politicians wanting their little deal. So, the thing about it is, this is a great country. And we have wonderful people. And we have talented people that can figure the solution out to get to make the situation better. But when you've got politicians in Washington worried more about getting elected again than doing the right thing, see, this is what our founding fathers was worried about. I wish our founding fathers back in the day would have put in term limits. Like, if you're in the House, you can serve 6 years. If you're in the Senate, you can serve 12 years. See, they limited the president. He can only serve 2 terms, 2 4-year terms, and then he's got to get out. They should do the same thing with congressmen, both the Senate and the House. And even states have started putting term limits on their House and Senate of how long you can serve. So it must be a pretty good idea. It's really, I know, disheartening to a certain extent. I'm just a normal guy. I'm just an average guy. And I go about trying, to help people build their businesses and things like that. Help them get customers in the door. Help them get money when they need it. But, I love this country. I spent time in the Air Force. And I know there's a lot of other veterans out there, and I know there's a lot of other people out there that share my sentiment that doesn't want to get political. And I'm not really trying to get political. I'm just the average guy, trying to want to leave a world better for my children and my grandchildren and someday my great-grandchildren. That's the aspiration of any parent. They want to leave things better than they did. My dad wanted the world to be better. My dad would be flipping out right now if he saw all this mess going on. But the thing about it is, the solution's within you. One person at a time, the solution's there. Take your eyes off you and look at everybody else. If you take your eyes off you, you can help a lot of other people. And we can fix a lot of this mess. I kid my kids, and I've got a t-shirt somewhere in my closet that says you can't fix stupid with duct tape. Can't fix it with Gorilla Glue either. But you got to take your eyes off you. And everybody's got to take their eyes off. We got to start thinking about our fellow man and not what we can give them. I learned a long time ago, it's better to give a hand up than a hand out. I want to help people get to a better position in life. I want people to have every opportunity in life. And, people say, well, the man, they're keeping me down. No, they're not. You're letting them keep you down. Nobody can keep you down but you. And the thing about it is, that's your choice. We live in a country where we have a Bill of Rights. You have the right to assemble, you have the right to speak, you have the right to a free press, but even the press is screwing that up. They're putting their political agenda instead of just reporting the news. I see it every day, especially the mainstream media. They want everything, That's the reason why you have to listen to them with a filter. How biased are they? And the thing about it is, that's not the way it's always been. We used to have great reporters who just reported the news. Who, what, when, where, how, why. That's the simple journalistic questions. Well, it's time for me to get off my soapbox. I hope that makes sense. I'm Bob Daves. Take care. God bless, and we'll see you next week.